Hey guys, Greg here on the Vinyl Rundown. This is one of those many contests that we do on the vinyl community. And the young man who started this contest is called Nick Rudow, R-U-D-O-W. He just started his channel very recently, and he's already doing a contest for his first 100 subscribers. Congratulations, Nick. And he has some pretty interesting taste. He's shown a lot of jazz that I like, and I actually already bought a record because of his recommendation, and when that comes in the mail, I will show it to you. So this contest is about blind buys. Records that you've bought that you didn't really know what was in the grooves, that you didn't know what it would sound like until you got it home. And I don't think we've defined what a blind buy really is, because by the basic definition of you haven't heard this music before, like 3/4 of my records are blind buys. But it's usually, I buy something because I know the artist. But what if you bought a record that you don't even know the artist? So I'm going to start with, some of these are CDs, some of these are LPs. And let's just get it started. Back in the olden days, before YouTube, you walk into a record store, there's no way to preview the record. Well, in the 50s, you would put the record on. But in the 80s, 90s, they didn't have listening stations in a lot of stores. So anyway, walked into a record store here in Los Angeles. I showed this record a couple of weeks ago, but I'm showing it again because it's one of my blindest of blind buys, and it's such a bizarre record. Spooky Reuben, Volume 1, Modes of Transportation. CD Instruction Manual. Weird barcode. Weird Russian astronaut. That may or may not be his face in there. And total blind buy, because I had no idea what this was other than the cover was bizarre. Is it a record? Is it music? Is it a CD-ROM? Is it an instruction manual? Is it lessons about transportation? And the cleverness of just, and the bizarreness and quirkiness of it. I did show this a couple days ago, so bear with me. One of his songs is called Wendy McDonald. Love the graphics. Got a different page of graphics for each song. Very quirky, funny, original guy, singer-songwriter, still in LA. And what else is on here? 1995 TVT Records. Remains one of my most interesting all-time blind buys, because you know how in science they have a blind test and a double blind test? This was double blind because I had no idea what it was or if it was music. Pleasantly surprised, it's quirky, well-produced pop songs. Okay, who's next? A couple things I bought yesterday that I'm going to show you, so hang on. Another blind buy, another CD. There will be vinyl, hang on. Saw this at the Goodwill. It's easy to make blind buys when you're buying stuff for $2. Can anybody pronounce this? I can't. Tinariwen. Water is Life. West African. This whole West African thing. I'm getting into it late. I know it's been around for a decade or more. But I'm just discovering these artists and really digging it. This little thing, I think, is in their language. These little symbols. So a lot of this is in, I don't even know what their language is. But the lyrics and the song titles are in their language. This symbol right here. Donkey in the desert. Love the packaging, love the art, love the music. And $2 at the Goodwill. Can anyone pronounce this right? Tinariwen? Okay, let's see. Another from the Goodwill. It's blind in that I had never heard of the artist, but I could kind of figure out it was a blues record. Earl Hooker, got this at the Goodwill. $1 or $2. 2 Bugs and a Roach. And he's playing that awesome Jimmy Page double neck guitar, 12-string on top, 6-string on the bottom. 1968, recorded in Chicago. And here's the clincher when you're looking for used records, especially the Goodwill. Anything on the Arhoolie label is going to be valuable and good and rare. So, if you ever see our Hooli stuff in playable shape for a good price, you probably should pick it up. Let's see. So Earl Hooker is he the cousin of John Lee Hooker or the nephew? I can't remember. But he's one of those things. He's related to John Lee Hooker. John Lee Hooker does not play on here. But you do have Joe Willie Perkins and Freddie Roulette and Andrew Beebe Jr. Odom. Some good bluesy names. Let's see. Anyway, for a complete catalog, send 25 cents to our Hooli Records, Berkeley, California. This offer may be null and void, but very cool find. And, you know, completely blind buy because I haven't heard the guy. And it's one of my best blues records in my collection. Okay. There's some non-Goodwill stuff here, guys, but unfortunately I'm going to show you some more Goodwill. Mushroom Jazz, Volume 3. It's got 3 mushrooms on it. It's by DJ Mark Farina, who is a well-known, well-respected DJ. And this is really sort of a compilation of a bunch of groups. And would you call it house or hip, deep house, or I don't know. I'm not hip enough to know all that stuff. But, you know, 20-some artists on it. It's a 3-record set, 3 records crammed into a large cover sleeve. I've seen this on eBay for $100. My copy is a little bent, but I did get it for, I think, $2. Groups that I'm not familiar with, maybe you youngsters are. Dynamic Syncopation, Raw Instinct, Urban Back Country. And is often the case, I can't tell if I'm reading the name of the group or the song. Here we go. There's a Herb Alpert song on here. So that tells me that Herb Alpert, the name of the group, is in the big letters and the song is in little letters. So check it out. You guys heard this before? Mark DJ Farina, whatever. It's got the word jazz on it. It's like hip hop. Is it acid jazz? I don't know. But I'm totally blind by it. Okay, here's another one I picked up at a CD at the record store. My local store has a big bargain bin of $3 CDs. Not the 99-cent garbage, but good stuff for $3. And I picked up a lot of things there. And this guy just came out with a new record that I think you're going to start seeing on the vinyl community. But this is one of his older records. I've shown this before. Delvon Lamar, the organ trio organ player. And even his new record uses this Blue Note-y inspired design. And you can see definitely taking a tip of the hat from Blue Note. Pulling out the CD. Delvon, I believe, is the guy in the middle. Plus guitar player, plus guitarist, no bass, but organ trio. But it's blue. It's soul and funk. It's not like jazz. So if you're just getting into jazz and you're not sure you can handle all those notes and chords and key changes, this might be a way to ease into instrumental music. Technically, I'm not sure I would call it jazz, but definitely in the R&B and soul category. The B3 Hammond organ sound that we all love. There's a big record coming at the end here, so just stay tuned. One more I got yesterday, and total blind buy, double blind buy. Hadn't heard of the artist. Had no idea what I was getting into, other than I assume it's some kind of rap or hip hop. I found something in the dollar section by an artist that was interesting for different reasons than you might expect. Count Basie, not Count Basie, Count Basie. And he's kind of a, I guess you'd call him a rapper, hip-hop artist. What is this called? See how little I know about these records. I don't know what they're called. It says Down Easy. And on side 1, we have Down Easy and instrumental. And on side 2, we have Hold It On, and instrumental. For promo use only, not for consumer use. Don't try this at home. You're not allowed to have it. But the vinyl is super clean. And after I got home, I looked him up and I listened to this. And he does, he like collages spoken word stuff into his music, and he plays different instruments. So I think it's more creative than some of the rap music that we all maybe don't know that much. And I know nothing about rap music, by the way. I don't even know if this is called rap. Is it hip-hop? I don't know. But keep your eyes out for Count Bass D. If any of you guys know him, know about him, let me know. The Goodwill type places often get a lot of DJ records, like a whole case at once. Like some DJ was cleaning out his bin, or he got his storage unit cleared out for him, and a lot of it just sits there because they're unknown artists. But occasionally it's worth experimenting. So the big blind buy of the day, of the week, maybe of the year, is one I picked up yesterday, and the hype sticker said, "Buy me." Here it is, and you jazz fans might know this, and you might think, wow, that's pretty cool. I should take it out of the sleeve so you can see it, but I did want you to see the hype sticker, which helped seal the deal. It's the 1971 album from the jazz guitar master, Calvin Keys, another release from the legendary Black Jazz label. Includes original liner notes and an interview. And the Black Jazz label, well-respected label, but not as well-known as some of the big labels. Let me take it out. Looks like they were producing stuff on a limited budget back in those days because they only use black and white for their artwork. And the front and the back are exactly the same, so save on the printing costs. But this new version, this is a re-release, comes with a beautiful audiophile quality sleeve and the nice Black Jazz label thingy. Imprint. I guess it's reprinted on a label called Real Gone Music, but anything on a Black Jazz label, this is probably a $200 to $300 record if you could find an original, and the reissues are going for $25, $30, $40. There is a color vinyl version. There's a couple different color combinations. I've seen some splatter versions that look great, but total blind buy. Hadn't heard of this person, Calvin Keys. It's in sort of the spiritual jazz realm and some funky and some soulful stuff, and I've only listened to it yesterday, 3 in the afternoon. Oh, I didn't realize Criss Cross is that the Thelonious Monk tune on here. I gave it a real quick listen. Like it. I want more of this label. Blind buys. In the olden days, like when I was a kid, you listened to a record on the radio, and then that drove you into the store, and then you went and bought it in the store. So in the old days, especially with pop and rock music, you didn't do a lot of blind buying. But if you're interested in instrumental music like I am, most of your stuff is blind buying. It's like, yeah, I think I've heard of this artist. I think this might be good. Listen to a couple seconds on your iPhone if they have it on like YouTube or something. And you just take it home and cross your fingers. So that's what I call the double blind buy, where you don't even know who the artist is. And then I think I have another thing called a triple blind buy. You don't know who the artist is. You don't know what the music's going to sound like. You take it home, and you don't even bother listening to it. That's like the ultimate in blind buy. You're still blind because you still have no idea what it is. And I have a few records that I probably need to get around to listening to. Thank you to, what's the young man's name? Rudow? Nick Rudow. Check out his channel. And thanks for watching. And enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday if you're one of those Americans. Bye-bye.